So you're gonna want to go to your Nvidia control panel, use preference, emphasize. You're gonna want to go to your Nvidia control panel. If you don't have Nvidia control panel or Nvidia, you can skip this. But if you do, click use my performance emphasizing, and if it's all the way in quality, switch it back to performance. Do not apply. Now you're gonna want to copy all my settings for the best FPUs. Take 3. Once after you're done, you want to go to change resolution and make sure your monitor's all the way maxed out. You do not want to be playing in 60 Hz. It will also affect your performance, just not in the game, but in general in any game like OSU, Valorant, Call of Duty. Also make sure to be playing either in 1920 by 1080, but if you don't seem to get high FPS, you could switch resolutions to around 1920 by 1080 or just 1920 by 80. That's a good resolution. And yeah, that's pretty much everything of Nvidia control panel. Let's move on to want to download GeForce Experience for your graphics driver, and then go to drivers. Make sure they're all up to date. If they're not, you can either click check for updates and it appears GeForce Game Ready driver download. You're gonna want to download it and wait for it to update. Now you're gonna want to go to power option, edit power plan. You want to put you're gonna have to go to power options. Then you can either choose AMD Ryzen high performance if you have an AMD CPU, or high performance if you have a Intel CPU. For me, I will choose AMD Ryzen high performance. Next, you're gonna go to change plan settings, change advanced power settings, and copy this setting. You're going to change this setting right here. Turn off hard disk after setting 0 minutes. Once you're done that, you're gonna click OK and exit out and save changes. So before we get into in-game settings, we're gonna talk about FPS boosting clients. You can either get Badlion, Labby Mod, Lunar client, or just use regular Forge. Just make sure you have Optifine, or it has FPS boosting for you to get the maximum FPS. If you chose Lunar client, you could come here over to settings. Make sure you don't go over 3.5. Going over 3.5, you'll be pretty much wasting memory that could be used in other stuff. So make sure it doesn't go over 3.5. Some good areas I found were 3.0, 2.5, and 3.5. I usually get the most FPS in 3.5. Those are some good areas for you to get the best FPS and not kill your PC while doing that as well. Alright, I'm going to explain what these settings will do. Having a shorter render distance will put less strain, increasing more FPS. Once you're done comping all these settings, you'll want to have fast renders, which is the most important one to gain, the fast renders. Not renders specifically, but FPS. You could also change your resolution in-game to match your resolution on your screen, like I said in the step before in Nvidia control panel. Next, you're not going to want to have as much lunar mods as possible on your screen, cluttering all over it. You don't want that. You want it to be only the essentials, and that's it. Just the essentials. You pretty much have the best FPS. Why haven't you liked the video? Come on, just take a second, pause the video, go down, like the video. It only takes a second. And why not? Also click the red button. And why not? Maybe click subscribe. recommend doing is going to gaming, turning off the Xbox game board. This will heavily increase your FPS. Trust me on this one. And turning on game mode. Turning on game mode, it's either you're either gonna get more FPS or less FPS. You can just turn it on, check if it gives you more FPS. If it doesn't, go back and turn it off. I usually have it on because it gives me an FPS boost. Next, you're gonna go to privacy. Scroll all the way down to where it says background apps. You want to have everything off. Everything that will be taking unnecessary background. Anything unnecessary running in the background, you can either click this and everything will turn off. As you can see, everything is off. Or you can do what I did and turn off everything manually except for Nvidia control panel. And everything has been turned off. This will lead you to the best FPS boost.